Have you ever felt that sudden itch and wondered what just happened? Before you even realize it, a tiny assassin has struck. Today, we're uncovering the secret life of mosquitoes and the surprisingly complex process behind every one of those anger bites. Let's break down the step-by-step process of how mosquitoes bite and reveal just how sophisticated these tiny assassins really are. Mosquitoes' biting process starts with finding its target. Mosquitoes are incredibly good at this, using a mix of carbon dioxide detection, heat sensing, and visual cues to home in on their next meal. As we breathe out, we release carbon dioxide, an irresistible beacon for mosquitoes, which they can detect from over 100 feet away. But that's not all. They also pick up on the warmth and moisture of our bodies and use their eyes to spot us. Movement and contrasting colors make humans particularly easy to find. Once a mosquito locks onto a target, it lands with the precision of a tiny acrobat. Mosquitoes are so light that we often don't feel them when they touch down on our skin. Their legs, equipped with tiny claws and pads, help them grip the surface gently, ensuring a smooth landing without detection. Now comes the biting part, a moment that's both remarkable and, let's be honest, it's a little bit disturbing. Mosquitoes have a specialized mouthpart called a proboscis, which looks like a tiny needle. But this proboscis is more than just a needle. It's a complex tool made up of several parts, like the mandibles, maxillae, and labrum. When a mosquito bites, the labrum acts as a cover, and sharp jaw parts and tiny teeth cut through the skin. The proboscis then slides into the tiny hole, reaching the blood vessels lower than the surface. It's a surprisingly sophisticated process, with the mosquito examining around to find the best spot to draw blood. Once the proboscis is in place, the mosquito injects its saliva into the wound. This saliva is a mix of chemicals designed to make feeding easier. It contains anticoagulants, a substance that is used to prevent and treat blood clots in blood vessels, and anesthetics to numb the area so you don't notice the bite right away. The saliva also contains chemicals that help to extend the blood vessels, making blood flow more accessible. But here's the catch. This injection of saliva is what causes the itching and swelling we associate with mosquito bites. Our immune system reacts to the foreign proteins in the saliva, leading to that familiar red, itchy bump. With the blood vessel accessed, the mosquito starts to feed. Using a powerful structure called the sebareal pump, located in its head, the mosquito sucks up the blood. The muscles in the proboscis work together to draw the blood into the mosquito's body. During feeding, the mosquito carefully regulates blood flow to ensure it gets a steady stream without clotting. The anticoagulants in its saliva play a crucial role here, keeping the blood flowing smoothly. A mosquito can consume up to 3 times its body weight in blood during a single feeding session. You may think, but how does a mosquito know when to stop feeding? It's all about fullness. As the mosquito's abdomen fills with blood, stretch receptors send signals to its brain, indicating it's time to stop feeding. The mosquito then carefully withdraws its proboscis, leaving behind a small wound that often goes unnoticed until the itching starts. After feeding, the mosquito may rest briefly to digest its meal before flying off to lay eggs, or, in some species, to look for another victim. Now, let's clear up some interesting facts and myths about mosquito bites. Did you know that only female mosquitoes bite? They need the protein in blood to develop their eggs. Male mosquitoes, on the other hand, are content with feeding on nectar. There's also a common misconception that mosquitoes inject us with saliva to make us itch. In reality, the itching is an allergic reaction to the proteins in their saliva, just another way our bodies remind us of these tiny invaders. So there you have it. The tiny mosquito may seem insignificant, but its feeding process is a marvel of natural engineering. The next time you hear that high-pitched whine in your ear, remember it's not just an annoying sound. It's the preparation to a complex and fascinating process that's been fine-tuned over millions of years. Thanks for joining us on this adventure through the mosquito's world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wild Waves for more fascinating wildlife stories. And until next time, keep exploring.